What's up, everyone? CryptoSavy here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and then towards the end of the video, we'll take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, gold, and silver. We've been watching them charts for a little while. Also, don't forget, we have a free Discord group. There's a link to it below in the description. Definitely check it out. Awesome community, guys. And let's get on with it. All right, as always, I want to remind you I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is not trading advice, nor is it investment advice. There is a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Definitely read it, and remember, this is my opinion, not yours. All right, so looking at the Bitcoin news headlines, we like to do this just to get a feel for the sentiment. Bitcoin hits 5-month high following Fed Chair Powell's blah, blah, blah. Bitcoin bounces back over 10,000 amid coronavirus concerns. Bitcoin suddenly pumps $400 back above 10,000. Bitcoin could go vertical. So basically, the news is extremely bullish, which is kind of concerning. The Fear and Greed Index has risen 9 points, getting us up to 61, which is pretty high in the greed. Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance total longs versus shorts. Longs are almost 70% and shorts are just over 30%. So for the first time, it may have been yesterday. I didn't make a video yesterday. I've been sick, still pretty sick, but feeling good enough to make a video. But for the first time that I've noticed, the longs are up on all three. Usually Binance, the shorts were higher. So keep that in mind. Looking at the monthly, and I want to remind you guys, for a chance to win a free t-shirt, make sure you leave a comment down below. Also, give it a giant thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want daily updates every single day, except when I'm sick as heck, obviously. But yeah, definitely don't forget to leave a comment down below. That gets you entered to win a free t-shirt. And let me know where you're from. I like to hear where everybody's from that's watching the channel. It's kind of cool, everybody from all over the world. So leave your comment down there. All right, looking at the monthly, you guys know that have been watching the channel. We were watching for this 92 for a close above in the last monthly candle, which we did. And now it seems to be our support. But I want to keep you guys, remember that we could come all the way back down to test the top of this channel that we broke out of. Would be somewhere in the 85.50 range. If it was next month that we came down, that would be around the $8,000 range. And I'll show you what I'm looking at there and why I am very cautious about this run up. So looking at the weekly, as you can see, we're still bullish. All the EMAs are bullish, crossed. I do have this triangle drawn in here, and you can see where the arrow I have pointed at this trend line. This trend line is where I'm looking to place a short. I will have a tight stop loss above it. And if you guys are interested in trading where you can make money going up or down in the market, I'll leave a Bybit tutorial up top. Definitely check it out. I have a link to Bybit and a link to Prime XBT, which are the two exchanges I use down below. If you use the Bybit link, you get a $90 bonus for making a deposit. So you get to trade with their money. And if you use the Bybit, the Prime XBT link down there, you get a 35% bonus. So if you were to deposit $1,000, you get a $350 bonus. If you use the CryptoSavy, even if you already have an account, you can use CryptoSavy in the promo code, and that will get you your 35% bonus on your deposit. Also, if you use CryptoSavy25 in the promo spot, you get 25% off all your fees for a full month. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And let's take a look at what's going on. So I've been looking at this as a possible A, B, C, D, E triangle. I'm looking for a possible rejection in this area, and I'll show you why. Let's pull up our fib retracement, and we'll put it from the swing high, which was over here, to the swing low, which was our low in 2018. And as you can see, well, let me move this over a little bit so you can see better. As you can see, right in the golden retracement zone, the golden pocket area is where we got rejected and came down. Now, if I bring this down, do a retracement from this run up we had last year to the swing low. Pull this over so you can see. As you can see, the golden pocket zone is going to be right in here. And lining up with this trend line could be, if we went up this week, which I don't think we're going to go all the way up this week, but if we did, would be around the 11,350 range. Next week, it would be somewhere around 11,300, and it goes lower by the week. So I have it around the end of February, beginning of March, when we'll most likely hit this trend line. When we do, like I said, I'm going to short it and have a tight stop loss just above it. If we do break up above this, most likely I am going to go long. That will be extremely bullish, but I am expecting, it's not a guarantee, guys, I'm expecting a rejection here and come back down to test the 7,700 to, I mean, depending on where we get rejected, it could be even lower, 7,400 to the $8,000 range. We'll know more if and when it gets rejected here, so keep that in mind, guys. We have not really had breakout volume even on the weekly here, nor have we had it on the monthly. So as you see, we did break out here, but the volume is not confirming a breakout. That's my opinion. Let's look at the RSI. So looking at the RSI, same thing in the weekly, and I've pointed this out before. Keep an eye on this RSI. I'm looking for it to top out when we hit this top trend line, and then we'll most likely come back down and retest this trend line here, the dotted one. As you can see, I have the red support and resistance line across here on the weekly. Back in 2015, we capitulated beyond it, came back above it at the end of 2015, retested it, and continued our bull run up until the 2017 major bull run. 2018 bear market, we capitulated underneath it again, broke back above it, and have tested it for support, and you see where we're at now. Let's look at the daily. So looking at the daily, let's put this, I have a Fibonacci retracement on this also, from the swing high to the swing low. I don't know how that got moved to the swing low. We've broken past the 0.5. Our next stop is a 382, which is around the $10,900 range, right in that area. And after that, the 0.236. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at here. I don't know why I did this again. Sorry, guys. Here it is. I had that wrong. All right. From the swing high to the swing low, we have broken the 0.5. We're headed towards the 0.618, which is going to be around the $11,000 range. So keep that in mind. We looked at that in a weekly. So yeah, but everything is still looking bullish, guys. It looks like we could push up there, most definitely. We'll take a look at the 4 hour and see what's going on there in a minute. First, I want to take a look at this. We broke above this trend line on the daily on this rising channel. First off, if you haven't been watching, we were watching this falling channel, which we broke out of. And then we formed this rising channel in white. We're also in this rising channel in blue. Can we break back above this in the daily again and close above it? If we did, that would be bullish. Last time we had kind of a fake out. But we are teetering right on that line now. If we get rejection here, come down to this trend line on the daily and break it, then that's the more bearish case scenario, which we will take a look at. Obviously, the very lowest point on here, guys, that I have is this 5,400, and that is from the swing low to the swing high Fibonacci retracement of the 0.786. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hours still really bullish. RSI is still bullish. We did hit our target of 10.3 and went a little above it. My next target is around that 10,550 range, which is a 1-to-1 extension of the fourth wave. Go back and watch some of my other videos if you want to see that. I'm already making this one a little too long for my liking. But if we look at this as a bull flag here, where we had this rising broadening wedge, We have hit our rising broadening wedge target. That was the 10-2. Now I'm looking at this as a flagpole, and that being a bull flag. We could be going up to that 10,860 range, right in that area. That would probably retest the top of this trend line, the dotted line here. You see the rising broadening wedge. That's what I'm looking at there. If we look at the RSI, looks like if we don't come back down and retest this, which would be most likely coming back down to retest here around the 9,800, and I will put a target there just in case. It's right around there, 9,800. If we do fall down, retest this again before continuing up, that would match up with this here. But I do believe we are most likely going to come up and retest the top of this kind of rising wedge, ascending triangle in the RSI. So, and we have plenty of room. I think we could be heading up towards that 10.8, somewhere in that range. But remember, always remember the 11, around the 11.4 to the 11.1 area is where I'm watching for a rejection. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. If we are done with this move, I did put a Fibonacci retracement on it. If this is over, which it could be, and I'll show you in just a second, the inverse head and shoulders that we've been watching. But if we are done here and continue down, our retracement, if we stay within this wedge here, would be around the 95.50 range. And if we were to correct all the way back down to the 0.382, that would be retesting this bottom trend line. As you can see, I got it off of these wicks here. Would be around the 8,900. And if we corrected to the 0.5 and stayed on this trend line, would be around the 84.80 range. And then we always could come back down and retest this bottom trend line here at the 0.786, which would be around the 7,900. And that is probably about it for right there. So, but as of right now, like I said, I still think we have more room to continue up and get to at least the 10,550, most likely to 10,862 before another retracement, and then possibly head up to around that 11.1 range. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Now, this is the inverse head and shoulders that I was talking about. If we do get rejection here around that 10,550, that is where I have the neckline drawn in here of a possible inverse head and shoulder, this being a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Obviously, this is pure speculation right now, but I've been watching this for about a month now, maybe a little bit more. You can go back on my videos. I think I started watching it back around in here. So if you retrace, let's say we got rejected at that 10.5 and we came back down for retracement. If we hit the 0.786, that's going to be about 7,300, which would be the top of this falling channel we have here. Just like I said, just pure speculation right now. But if this does play out, we know if we pop above this, test it for support, that is going to be a great long, and I believe the beginning of a huge bull run. And if you look at the timing on it, we'd hit bottom down here in about March, somewhere in that area, and then, then the halvings after that. We all know everybody's hyped about the halving. So that's what I'm looking at there. Let's take a quick look at Litecoin. Litecoin, I've been watching this for quite some time, saying I was waiting for the $79 range. Well, we have hit that. Question is, do we have further to go? It does look like it. And as of right now, let me take a look. I didn't put a new target on there. Let's just take a quick look at what we could be looking at here. I do have this target of 90 up here. It all depends kind of on what goes on with Bitcoin. But we could come up. There's another target about $84 range right there. But yeah, as of right now, if this 79 holds, we could be looking at this $90 range, guys. But as it actually is looking pretty good. RSI looks good. EMAs look good. Let's look at the daily. And the daily, we are still playing with that top trend line there. So it looks like we could have another push up. maybe get to that $84 range. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we may have a correction in here somewhere and then possibly come up to hit that $90 range. Keep that in mind. This also could be making an inverse head and shoulders, just like we were looking at. This would be the left shoulder, head, right shoulder forming now. If we get rejection here and are not able to break above and keep support above that 7,900. Keep that in mind, and let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, as you guys know, if you watch my channel, I don't chart Ethereum a lot. I did make this chart. It was about probably the beginning of January. Somebody asked me on a live stream. I have not touched a thing. First target was 228, which we hit. Got our little rejection there. Came back up. Second target's 251. The next target, and I'll show you real quick how I got the next target, is just looking at this as a falling broadening wedge in yellow. And that's where I get the 285 target. This target right here, the 251, was just measured the distance of this falling channel here, with the white line being the support. But yeah, that got me the 251. See what happens if we hold support here. My next target's 285 up here. Dow Jones, we've looked at this quite a few times. And obviously this is longer term. I have this on the weekly. But we had a measured move of this broadening wedge here up to this 32,340. Still looking for that target there. I also have a measured move of this broadening wedge here. And that is 35,255. So I am, as of right now, I'm still looking for this 32,344. And then we'll see what happens there. We may correct back down to test this trend line here before continuing up. Let's look at gold. So gold, same thing, guys. We've hit our target up here. This is where I see worst case correction. I don't think it looks like we're gonna have that correction, in my opinion. Not that big anyway. We may come back down, touch 55 EMA around 1540, somewhere in that range. But I do have a measured move here, as this being a flag pole, this being a bull flag, and a measured move off that being 1741, which would line up with this trend line I have drawn in here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And again, this is the daily. This isn't going to happen all in one shot, but that is my next target for gold's around 1740. Let's look at silver. Silver, I've been looking at this as an Adam and Eve, with the neckline being around the $20.80 range. And obviously it's not confirmed yet, but this is what I'm looking at. This is the 200 EMA down here. $17 range is the worst I see for a correction here. And we have the next target being, looking at this as a falling wedge. We measure the widest point, bring it up. That gets us that $19.70 range. Next target is looking at this as a bull flag, and this being a flag pull right here. Put that up to the breakout, and that gets me that 2214. Now there's a much higher target if we get to that 2214, because like I said, looking at this as a Adam and Eve, the neckline being right here around the $20.75 range, $20.80 range, right in that area. If we take a measured move, and how you do that is take the depth of the atom here and you put it up to the breakout. If we were to break out, and that gets us to 2662. And what I see here, if this is correct, we'll get this push up here, break the neckline, come up, retest the neckline, and then go up from there. If I'm correct, that's what I'm looking at. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you for stopping by, checking out the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want daily updates every single day. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Leave your comment down below. Let me know where you're from, and that gets you entered to win a free t-shirt. I do the drawing on Sunday. So yeah, take it easy. Have a great day, and I'm out.